Hey everyone, today's video I think a really interesting one. I know a lot of people struggle when it comes to decorating. Specifically choosing a color palette for a room can be overwhelming because there are so many colors, shades, tones that you can choose from. And one thing is picking out the paint color for the wall, and another thing is making sure the decor and furniture goes well with the paint color and overall with just the whole vibe in the room. Most people don't even know where to start, or once they do start, they realize nothing is matching, the whole room feels unbalanced, and they don't know how to fix it. I've talked about how to plan a room makeover and mentioned before that my process usually consists of one thing that's going to determine my color palette. This can be a paint color that I love and want to use in the space, or I have a furniture that needs to or has to be in the space, so there's always something that is going to affect my choices. I recently took Edward Ballmer's course, who is an interior designer. He has his own paint company, and he was explaining how he creates a color palette for a room, and I started to implement his tips as well, and I thought I would share them with you. Basically, I was doing the same thing he was saying, but he showed it in much details, and it makes a lot of sense. I hope this video is going to help you if you want to decorate your room and you don't know where to start. So the first thing you need to do is finding that one thing that is definitely going to be in the room. Maybe it's a paint color or curtains that you love, or in most cases the floor is the one thing that won't be changed because you don't want to change it. Either it costs a lot, or you're renting, or you actually love the floor in the room. There has to be a starting point when it comes to creating a color palette. You need to work with what you have basically. Most people make the mistake when, let's say, there's an ugly armchair in the room that belongs to their family member and they can't get rid of it because there will be a war in the family. And what they do is that ignoring completely that armchair. They build a color palette excluding the armchair, so what happens is that at the end the room feels unbalanced, the armchair doesn't go well with the colors in the room and it feels weird. So instead you need to embrace the fact that there's an ugly armchair in the room and you should create the color palette around the armchair. So if you have a pink armchair, for example, then you need to choose colors that go well with pink. And what you're going to get at the end is a room which looks nice, there are no awkward spots, it feels balanced, and I'm sure that you will actually start loving that armchair because it will match the style and the colors in the room. Okay, so I'm going to create a color palette now using this ceramic tile as my base. As I mentioned, in most cases, it's the floor that is going to be your starting point. Most people ignore it, and it's not good because let's say you have a blue carpet in the room and you pick a color palette that doesn't go well with blue at all, it will look weird. When you actually build a new house, you need to think about what floor you should use in the room because that will determine the color palette in the space later. When you look at this tile, you might think, yes, this is just a beigey neutral tile, but actually it has a lot of different undertones. So what you want to do is using paint cards. It can be any brand. I'm going to use Ferro & Ball paint cards. These are hand painted, so I know for sure that the color actually looks like this, and that's going to make my life easier. There won't be any surprises when I get the paint and it looks nothing like this. So I want to remind you that we are not just picking out the color for the wall. With these cards, we're gonna use these to pick out the colors for the room, including the fabric colors, colors of furniture, and so on. So I separated the cards by colors. I have the neutrals, reds, yellows here, and so on. So I'm gonna start with whites and neutrals and basically just checking which color goes well with the tile. With whites, it actually can be tricky because if you look at this paint card, actually it looks like a normal white color, but if you put it next to a different color, then you can immediately see that this is like an off-white color and this one is like the pure white color. So it's always good to check every single paint card next to a different color so you can see the shades and the hues. So now I'm just gonna check which ones go well with my tile, and the ones I don't need, I'm gonna put them aside, and the ones that I like, I'm gonna put them next to my tile. So I think this one actually goes well or okay with the tile, so I'm gonna just put it next to my tile. This one I think is too light, so I don't need it. And then we are going to have like a little bit darker neutrals now. This one is like a more bluish, both of them. So I'm not a fan of these, so I'm just gonna move them. This one has a lot of beigey and pink undertone. I think it looks really good with the tile. It's completely the same shade as you can see, so it can stay here. And yeah, you just have to go through all of them. These are more like already like greenish neutrals. So I'm just gonna put them next to the green actually, because they would go well with it. So I think, yeah, this one is greenish as well. These are more neutral. So I have like darker ones here. And I would say maybe these ones are good. Even this one. Oh, actually this one is really good. So this one has a lot of pink undertone, and it's a darker shade than this one. So I think it's really good. I can even put this in the pink section later if I... But it's a neutral, but I think it's more pinkish and more reddish tone. These are, I think, two darks. Maybe this is more like a blue anyway. Yeah. So I'm just gonna leave these on the side, and maybe this one can be a good neutral as well. It has a pink undertone. So I'm just gonna do the same with all colors now, and just put them next to my tile, the ones that I like. Let's continue with the red ones and pink ones. I'm just gonna move this down so I have more space. So let's see. I know that these are really dark colors, but I think they look really good. Like you can get a really good contrast. But this one I think is too red. So maybe, see, this one is a lot better because it has some pink undertone. This one is too reddish, I think. So I don't need it. But this one can be one good one, I think. Let me just move this here on the side. And then I have some brownish colors here as well in the reds, because these are definitely gonna go well with the tile. Maybe this is a bit too dark. This one can be good. And I have some orangey, peachy colors here that I can choose from. This one definitely, I think it's good. This one as well. Maybe it's a little bit too bright. So it's like, you just go through the whole thing, all the colors, and it's a really good exercise, and just, I feel like a kid playing with these cards. And yeah, this one maybe... For now, we're just gonna put them next to the tile, but it doesn't mean that we're gonna keep them and we're gonna be happy with these colors. We're gonna see which one we actually want to keep in the pile. Yeah, we have like really crazy colors here now. I love this one. And this one's good. I would say maybe this one. And... Alright, let's just pick a few, not all of them, because we don't need obviously all of them. And then at the end I can go through them again to see which one looks good. Let me just put them by shades. So I have the red ones, and then I can continue with the yellow, for example. And I can just put these here. So now I'm gonna check yellow ones, and basically just go through them again. I'm gonna try to do it as quickly as I can because I don't want to waste your time. Like I said, just check which ones you think go well with the tile, and then just put them next to the tile. And these are actually more greenish colors. I thought yellow is gonna be a really good color for this, but maybe not. No, these are like way too light. These can come here as well. And just quickly the green ones, which I'm excited about because I love green. This is too much, definitely too much. But this can be one good color, actually. And maybe this one as well. And like I said, just don't rush the whole process because you're gonna have to live with these colors and you're not gonna change the paint color for a while. These are definitely way too strong. I could even imagine using this one on the cabinets if I use it in the kitchen. So let's see. Yeah, this one's good. This one's too bright. Yeah, this one's not. But nope. Yeah, I think these ones are quite good. And yeah, let's put them here. And now I just have to pick the green, blue ones. Not these ones. Maybe this one, but let's see. These are way too light. Okay, let's see. I could, you know, we're not gonna have a lot of blue colors, I think. Let's see. I'm not a fan of these ones next to my tile, actually. Maybe like a really dark one. No, maybe this one. But you don't have to pick colors just for the sake of picking colors. This one definitely good. This is more like a purple color, and these are like black ones. We don't want these. Okay, so great. We went through all of my colors, and what you're ending up with are the colors that go well with the tile. So you can never go wrong with these, I would say. But obviously you don't need all the colors. You're not gonna use all the colors in the space because that's just ridiculous. But at least now you know which ones would look good with the tile. You can still go through them again and just check the ones that you're not gonna need. I don't know, let's see. I don't need two of these. I mean, these are like really similar colors, so maybe this one. So this can stay here for now. And just check the ones that maybe you don't want to use at all. I don't want to use this purplish color. I think it's too bright. So you need to pick one or two colors that you will definitely use in the space, and those are gonna be the base colors. This simply can be a preference. Maybe you hate blue, then obviously you're not gonna use blues. You can put them aside. So let's say we are decorating a kitchen now. This is the floor tile, and I need to pick a color for the cabinet. I'm gonna go with green, and I think this one looks really nice as the color for the kitchen cabinet. So I'm gonna put these aside. And I need another color for the walls and the ceiling. I like to use the same color for both. So I'm gonna go with like a neutral color for the walls. Maybe like, let's say these two. Maybe this one, or maybe a lighter one. Let's see. Yeah, I think this one. So now I picked my two base colors. So I have my green one for the cabinet, I have the color for the wall and the ceiling, and now I need to pick the colors for the space. And what I mean by that is that I need to pick the colors for like the fabric or like furniture if I want to put up, let's say, curtains in the kitchen or any other decor piece, basically. If you look at the color chart, we can see that red goes well with red. So what I meant, green goes well with red, is the complementary color. But it doesn't have to be a really strong red color. It can be shades of red, also pink, or a darker color such as purple. But this is not a rule. You don't have to go with complementary colors all the time. For example, yellow looks good with green. They look really harmonious together. What you need to pay attention to, if you're using only complementary colors in the house or the room, contrast can be too harsh and too much. It's hard to achieve a pleasing balance, so it's the best to offset those colors with neutrals or earthy tones. But also when you use only colors that sit side by side, which are called analogous colors, it can create a room which is a little bit blank and it's lacking in vitality, so you need to add some contrast. It doesn't have to be a lot, even just bringing in a lampshade with a contrasty color. So I will pick this yellowish mustardy color for the space, and this can be the color of my curtain or some decor piece or even a lampshade. And it's also good to pick the colors now, so when you go shopping, you know what you need to look for. So you know that, okay, I need to buy curtains which are kind of yellowy color, like mustard color. I think this one is nice with this. I can put these colors away now. And so this would be, let's say, the fabric color. And I have some samples here that I could even pick. Even this mustardy yellow color would be really good for the space. Obviously, maybe not velvet, maybe just a different type of fabric, but the color would be good, definitely. And let me just move this so it's right here. But I want to add some contrast, obviously, because this is just a bit too blankish, I would say. So maybe some red color with it, even maybe like this one, not necessarily this pattern, but red would go well with the whole color palette, I think. Oh, let's see, maybe something like this, maybe even that. No, I think red would be better. So not necessarily this pattern, but maybe like a different pattern with red tones, and it would add some contrast to the space. You can do this process actually with any kind of flooring. So I have some other floor samples here, some wooden floor samples, sorry. So I could even use these ones for picking out the colors, and also I have some other shades as well. Or I even have some vinyl flooring samples, which are really like fun and colorful. So I could do the same process, just basically putting next to that the colors and picking out the colors. So it doesn't have to be a tile all the time. Most of the time people have wooden floors, so you can do the same process with this chocolatey floor and just pick the colors that go well with it. And you can do the same thing what I did as well. Yeah, for example, this one's good. Or if you have a furniture piece in your home, like I said, and you need to keep that furniture, then you can use that as an example. So let's say we can use this mustard color. So maybe this is the color of my sofa that's going to stay in the bedroom or the living room, whatever. Then I'm gonna use this as a reference, and this is gonna be the base color, my starting point. And again, just do the same process, go through all the colors and pick the ones that go well with it. And green definitely is gonna go well with it, so you can be sure that even this blue, this dark blue would go, so this dark green would go well with it. So you just have to do the same thing, and then you can get your color palette. So this is how you can create a perfect color palette for your room. I hope it was useful and helped you understand how you can create a balanced color palette and a nice room without feeling weird in the space. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I would like to reach 1,000 subscribers finally. Alright, see you guys in the next video. Bye.